What if you could earn your first $1,000 online without being a writer, without tons of technical knowledge, and without touching a single piece of inventory? Well, that's exactly what you can do with Amazon KDP. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. My name is Emeka, and I help beginners like you find their first $1,000 with Amazon KDP. In this video, I'm going to show you how to pick the right niche that is, one, not too busy with too many other publishers, and two, is actually selling, because that's important. I'm going to show you how to create the book in under 30 minutes from beginning to end. And I'm going to show you how you can hit your $1,000 as fast as possible, just like Cameron. Before Cameron started working with me, he was doing coloring books and low content books and wasn't making any money. No surprise there. After a few months of working with us, he was able to scale his business by over 2,000% and start generating a couple $1,000s every single month following my system. So let me introduce you and show you exactly what that system is. This is the video that I wish I had when I first started. And if you're tired of just watching video after video on YouTube, this is the final one that you need to watch. By the end of the video, I'm going to show you my 3-step process of how you can make your first $1,000 on Amazon. So the first part and the most important is you got to pick the right book. Here are the books that you don't want to pick. Let's talk about those first. Coloring books, low content, or medium content books. If you're publishing those books, just stop now, please, for the love of God. If you want to make money, it's very, very, very difficult to make money when your royalty is only $2, $3, or $4. It's extremely difficult to make money with those low-priced books. Yes, they're easy to make, but it's very hard to make money with them. On the other hand, if you're selling a book where you're making $7, $8, $9, or $10 every time you make a sale, well, you can see how much faster it is to scale with what we call high content nonfiction books. And then the part that 90% of people get wrong when it comes to choosing their book is not whether it should be high content or not, it's picking a book that's selling. See, a lot of people think, hey, I'm just gonna publish a book on something that I like, or I'm gonna publish a book on something that I think other people would like. And no, that's like the worst possible thing you could do is publish a book on something you like. Because if you're here to make money, and if you're watching this channel, you are, then we need to find out what are the books that are already selling, that are already being purchased by other customers, and we need to replicate those books and grab some of that market share. And that's exactly what we do. So we find books that are already selling well, make a better version of that book, and then take over that market. It's really easy to find books that are already selling. We're gonna do it in 3 steps. So the first is we're gonna go to the Amazon bestsellers list and we're gonna look for books that are already selling well. Step 2 is we're gonna use a special tool called Kip Scout. It's free, which is awesome. And that's gonna tell us exactly how much the book is making, how stiff the competition is, and some other details that are gonna be really, really important. And then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna double check the competition and we're gonna make sure that the competition is not too tough. So let me show you exactly how to do this in real time right now. All right, so I'm on Amazon in my incognito browser. I'm gonna select books and we are gonna type in a keyword, first time dads. The first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to open up my Kip Scout and gonna go to settings. And so I'm gonna make sure that my settings are correct. This should be 150. And 500 minimum that they're making every single month. This is for minimum or maximum 150 reviews. 3 of them have to be considered, and I'm only looking at the top 20. And then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna see that it's unprofitable. These are green, but these are 21 and 20, so they don't count. They're not on the first page. Something that you can look at is this one is 151, right? So it's one review off. So if a book's at 151 or versus 150, does it really matter? No, not at all. So did that change? That didn't change it. So we're just going to go ahead. I wonder if it has to change it by tens. There you go. So we're just going to go ahead and deem this as profitable for this example. So we have this one, 4 reviews, $1,000. This one, 151 reviews, making over 500. This one, 63 reviews, making 1,100. So this niche is deemed profitable. So this topic, first time dads, we can now say is profitable. Now we can deem that this topic right here, first time dads, is profitable, and we can move on to the next step. So now you have your book topic ready to go. Now what? Now the fun begins. So now we actually get to create the book. And to do this, we're going to go and use Dibbly's guided book flow to help us create the entire book in about 30 minutes. This is an amazing tool. It's basically going to do 90% of the work of the book creation work for us. And at the end, all we're going to have to do is do some editing, some formatting, and then slap a cover on it and hit publish. And that's it. So let me show you exactly how I use guided book flow. And well, you'll be able to see exactly my system for it. Okay, so this is the guided book flow that we're going to be using to help finish our research as well as create our entire book. So I've already put in first time dads as our topic there, and I've already hit generated. It's brought up the best-selling books in the niche, and we've already selected the top 5 for it to go with. What we're going to do is we're going to bring that over to research, and I've put in some explanations of exactly what I want in my book, right? So it's men aged 25 to 40, expecting their first child or recently becoming a dad, likely in a committed relationship or married, working professionals, blue-collar workers, right? So just some things that I envision are my customers. Then these are the ASINs for the 5 books that we're using as examples. And then I've also selected a couple different categories here and generate. And then what it comes up with is my customer research output. And you can see it has everything about my reader, Amazon research, what's good or bad, recommendations, more about my reader, how they talk, pain points, what they've tried, what they don't want to hear about. And then it goes into a whole bunch of Amazon research as well. And then it also gives you suggestions of what you should do for your book and like everything you could possibly imagine. Then we go to next, and we're going to look at our outline. And so for the outline part, once again, I figure out my audience type, how many chapters I want, how long I want the book, right? Subtitle, genre, and then I give it some more context. And so I have a little prompt here that's going to help the AI understand the type of book that I'm looking for. And so I've created that, and then I hit generate, and then it gives me the outline of what my book is going to be about. So we have the introduction. Then I have the chapter 1 along with subpoints for it, right? A whole bunch of different subpoints. And then it also gives me all the resources that it found to write this. And then chapter 2 and so on. And it keeps going through that. And I can do this as many times as I want to get more and more outputs, depending on whether or not I'm happy with it or not. And then the last stage is writing sample. And here I can select different tones of different types of writing samples that I want, or I can describe my own sample, or I can add examples of samples as well. So for example, if I want a tone, let's say it's going to be like informal and conversational writing sample. I'm going to hit generate, and it's going to give me a writing sample here. And then I can change this. I can mix them up as many times as I want. And then the last thing I'm going to do is hit generate book, and it's going to write it based on all the research it's done, based on the outline, along with the tone and the style that I'm looking for. And it's going to give me a final project. And then I have my book. And so it gives me the outline of the book, the research that we were doing, as well as now I have my introduction, chapter 1, I have my chapter 2, and I have my entire book along with conclusions and a reference section at the end, all formatted, ready to go. So this book is really ready to go. So I can export it. I'll do some editing, and then we're ready to move on to the next part. So if you do want a link to try out the Dibbly and their guided book flow, there's a link in the description. You can go check that out as well. So now that your book's been created, which is in 30 minutes, which is pretty cool. Now we have to slap a cover on it. So my favorite place for going to covers, I have two of them. It's Fiverr or 99 Designs. I'm gonna have a link in the description for both of those places. Now, I'm not gonna do a whole detailed video on how to find a book cover. Basically, the rule of thumbs are this: find designers that have some outstanding covers on their profile. They're probably gonna be like around $50 or so. The days of a $5 cover are way in the past. So you're gonna have to spend a few bucks in order to get a really great cover. 99 Designs is a little different. You are gonna spend a couple $100 for a cover, but you are gonna get like 30 different designers sending you covers, so you're gonna get a ton of different options to choose from. So it depends. Are you on a budget? We use Fiverr. If you're not, 99 Designs is a great option. And then the last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna upload this to Amazon KDP, which is really straightforward. I'm not gonna walk you through exactly how to do that. It's just plug and play, follow the prompts, and you're good to go. So part 3 is about getting your first sales and scaling to over $1,000. So how do we do this? Well, there's gonna be a couple things that we're gonna do. First, we have to get reviews onto our book. So I'm gonna show you the fastest way to get your first 100 reviews onto your book. Then we're gonna start running some really cheap ads to get eyeballs on our book, which is absolutely key. And then lastly is we're gonna price our book for profit. You wanna make sure you haven't underpriced your book, or as I see some people actually doing is overpricing their book and just killing any ability to get some sales. So first off, reviews. How do you get reviews? Well, why do we need them? Reviews are social proof. Social proof means that other people like this book, so you will also think it's gonna be good. That's a quick overview of what social proof is. The easiest way to get your first 100 reviews is using a site called Book Bounty. Now, I've done a detailed video on how to get your first 100 reviews fast. You can go watch that video. There's a link in the description for that video. But Book Bounty is your best option to get your first 100 reviews in a few weeks. So I would definitely use that. It's Amazon compliant. It's one of the top websites used by other publishers like you and me. And it just works. And I think that's one of the most important things. It just works. So I would highly suggest you check it out. There is a code, profits, and a link down below that will save you a little bit of money on there. Now, we have our first few reviews coming in. How do we get some traffic to it? Now we start running ads. Now, there's gonna be 4 types of ads that you're gonna wanna set up right away. The first ad that you're gonna set up is gonna be your keyword broad campaign. So your keyword broad campaign, then you're gonna set up a keyword, either an exact or a phrase campaign. You can choose between the two. I've recently got off telling beginners to choose exact keywords because what I've found is most beginners are not choosing the right exact keywords. So they're kind of like shooting themselves in the foot with that campaign. So that's why I'm leaning more towards telling people choose broad and phrase because it allows you to discover more. You're also gonna choose an ASIN exact campaign and target those ASINs that are directly related to your book, preferably the ones with the highest traffic, which is key. And then one of my favorite campaigns besides video are category campaigns. So those are the 4 campaigns that you wanna start with. Now, I did say $5 a day. So that would be 5. So that would be $20. Now, let's say for some reason, $20 is out of the budget for you right now. It's important to note, when you set your daily budget for $5 a day, it doesn't mean you're actually gonna spend $5 a day. Most of the time, you're gonna spend like $1 to $3 a day. But if you are a little concerned about being budget friendly, you could just run one campaign, keyword broad campaign, at $5 a day. I would definitely suggest you try to run all 4 though, with the $20 a day budget. It's just way easier to find keywords that are gonna be converting for you, and it's way easier to start making sales when you're running 4 campaigns instead of just one campaign at $5 a day. That's just my experience. It's what I recommend people to try out. Ads, like I've said before, is all about testing. There is no black and white. It is all just gray. Now, the last thing that we're gonna talk about is pricing, because pricing is actually really important. If you price your book too low, you make your book look like it sucks. And if you price it too high, well, that's just stupid. because no one's gonna buy it. So you have to price it right. Now, where do I start pricing my nonfiction books when I start? I usually start pricing them at $12.99 to $14.99, usually somewhere in around there, okay? It is a little niche specific, and you wanna kind of look at what are the top books selling for in my niche, and then what can I do for this, low to medium price range. You don't wanna be the lowest, right? Because if you're the lowest, you look like you suck. So you don't wanna do that. You wanna be kind of in the low to medium range, okay? Now, you don't wanna stay there though, and that's very key because our royalties are gonna be the lowest in the beginning, but we're running ads, so we need to be making a minimum of $5, $6 profit in order to be running ads successfully, right? It's almost impossible to run ads with a lower than $5 royalty. So what we do is we start bumping up the price of our book. Ideally, where you want to end pricing your book is at about $17.99 to $24.99 for some niches. Now, every niche is going to be a little different, right? Some of you, I know you have your books priced at like, $50. And that's okay, because some niches demand a $50 book. But I find the sweet spot for most of the type of books that we're publishing, 20 to 30,000 words, nonfiction, high content books, are going to be between $17.99 and $24.99. That's going to give you a royalty of like anywhere from like $8 to $9 to like $12 to $13 or more, depending on your page count and everything like that. So really, really, really healthy royalty that allows you to run your ads at a profit and not lose money on them, because you shouldn't lose money on ads. If you want more details, if you want me to walk you through this, the entire process in a little bit more detail, I have a completely free training for you called the Publish and Profit 5-Day Challenge. It's a complete free training where you'll come in and you'll go through a series of videos over the course of 5 days, and I'll show you how to find a topic, how to write a book, how to title the book, how to publish a book, and profit from the book, all within 5 days. It's really, really cool, and it's completely for free. You get a support group, you can ask questions, I can comment, and it's just awesome. A lot of people have made a lot of money, thousands of dollars a month now, by using that free course. So go check it out. It should be the first link in the description for you to go check that out. Making your first 1,000 online doesn't have to be hard, but you do need a system, and I've just given you mine. So now it's up to you. Follow it, use it, apply it. If you get stuck, I got you. Come hit me up in the group. Make sure you go check out this next video, because I'm gonna be exposing all of the lies and the BS that is coming out about KDP and Amazon self-publishing. That's coming up next.